show you how to stand like a man in this damn field. I know you feel me, nigga. Fuck equality, it gotta be one man win, and the rest lose. Waves devastating, I'm calculating my next move. You became a real nigga, sick.
My turn.
Body shots for
It ain't turn.
that'll get you bruised. My niggas whole ring, check your little attitude. I came to fuck up your move on your little
It's on auto.
resurrected from the grave, walking from the fall. Bitches in my eyes, dripping the mic.
Shut the screen, press the button, the video, and press the rotate button. Bottom right corner. Tap that bottom right corner.
Automatically do this. You told the other guys to do it. You got him out of his own.
And sometimes if you stand straight up, if you don't do that, it'll stay silent.
That's good.
Purchase your tracks today.
Oh, find me that incident that happened in Minnesota. The article about the incident that happened in Minnesota. Find me that real quick. You hear about that? Brother dead. I think I got it. Let me see.
It's my brother and my blood, and I will die and kill for him if necessary.
Yeah, kind of like that. Kind of, let's see. What's up with YouTube? What is up with YouTube? I'd rather be a dead body. Ready? Getting ready to? Getting ready for another? Another little? Say you ain't against it, huh? I heard that. So you with it. The soldiers take ground till them stand down. You understand? And Shalom Israel with the ISUPK started out of 1 West 125th Street in Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. You feel me? And we are not affiliated with no other Hebrew Israelite group on the planet Earth. And we are located here at 5261 Delmar Boulevard in St. Louis, Missouri 63108 in Suite A. And we got 2 conference numbers and 1 access code for both of those numbers. If you want to call in, you got a comment, you got a question about anything, about the topic, on or off topic, it don't matter. You understand? And those numbers are 712-832-8330 and 425-436-6260. And the access code for both numbers again is 825-1636. All right. And we got a text line if anybody wants to text any questions and don't want to be live over the line. You can text your questions to area code 314-393-9232. 0430. All right. And before we get to the topic, do we have any questions? If we got any questions, let's get it. Any questions on the line? Be patient with us. We're going to get to you. Sliding on Facebook. Be patient with us. We're going to get right to you. If we got any questions in the class, of course, raise your hands. It's a locking. And if you got any on the line, take your phone off of mute and say Salakia or excuse me, and we'll get right to your questions. All right? We're going to jump with a couple of articles before we get to the topic. And this first one that I want to pull is, it was dead on from what we were just talking about this Sunday at Sharpen the Sword at the radio show. All right, you got the mic over there?
Nah.
Go ahead. Grab the mic so you can read just for a hot second. You got the story, right? Okay, most not right. But this is I'm talking dead on. You know what I mean? But like I said, from what we was just talking. Oh, you know what? Hold on. You ain't gotta do that. Remember, you got one over there. It's still over there.
Well, I don't think it was this.
Okay, well, go ahead then. We got, and matter of fact, a couple of announcements real quick. Before we get off into the topic, we got the food drive coming up, man. Commander Junior and Hannah, man, so far, how many families we feed? About 600 families already? Yeah, 600 families that Commander Junior Hannah has been sending relief to St. Louis, man, and 13,000 pounds of food each trip. What was that? I can't even check. A big old gigantic box of everything you need. Tissue, paper towels. There was waters in there. Watermelons, books, and all kinds of stuff, man. So make sure you are here this Friday on the 29th from 1 to 3 p.m., man. You're going to pull up on the lot one way. You're going to come up to the brothers and sisters where the food is at. And we're going to fill up your trunk or your back seat. And we're gonna feed our people in this damn devastating time. You understand, to where brothers and sisters, people are losing their lives left and right. They done lost their jobs. You understand, and they turn around and don't even have a way to really feed themselves right now. You know, so a lot of people still didn't get no stimulus check. They still haven't gotten the the unemployment. It's a lot of people that still haven't, they have applied several different times, you understand, but have not been approved for unemployment. So Commander Junior Hannah, of course, is taking care of those people in need, man. And give Sharma a big hand. Again, this sister bought the school a new computer, new wireless keyboard, new wireless mic that I love so much. I love this little wireless mic. And we got another set of wireless mics coming, you understand, for the whole, so that way when I have all my soldiers to the left and to the right, you feel me, everybody have a mic, and we're going to have one out there for the people, you understand, for the sisters and brothers in the class, to when they have a question, to where they can be heard clearly, you understand. And what else we going to say? Oh, and then she got 4 gift cards for the trooper and his baby, Cabal, you understand, and for the officer of bond, you understand. We got some gift cards for them beautiful little babies y'all just had, you understand. So I said, give her a hand for that, you understand. Look at them. Yo. All right, well, let's get it, man. We're going to get off into, like I said, a couple of articles before we hit the topic. You got that article up?
No.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's read that, brother.
I can't breathe. Man dies after pleading with officer attempting to detain him in Minneapolis.
Here it is again, man. Now, that was my man, was it Freddie Gray? Was it the one, no, was it Freddie Gray that died? They turned around and they got mocked. He couldn't breathe. Who was that? That wasn't Freddie. No, Freddie Gray had the knife in Boston, right? The pocket.
Eric Gardner.
Eric Gardner. There we go. That's what I said. Eric Gardner. They turned around, and once they murdered this brother, they mocked him. You understand? When they made shirts, hashtags, and every damn thing else talking about he can't breathe. Now here it is again. You understand? And the picture, when you look at the pictures that someone had took, you understand, it was watching, bystander, and a witness to this murder. They turned around and you could see the cops damn dead in the back of the brother's neck, man. You understand? And the brother is saying, I cannot breathe. Okay? You all over him. Where is he going? You got the gun. You have the ability to kill him. You understand? If he's going, because you say you're scared, he makes a move, whatever. So you can tase him, you can shoot him, you got a club, you can beat him. You can do all of that. You understand? Go, you guys hear what I'm saying?
I think he was handcuffed already.
Oh, he was cuffed too?
And he was just down on his head.
And he was cuffed. Look at that. He was already detained. You understand? Like, what he gonna do? What he gonna Houdini out the goddamn cuff? You right there on him.
Right.
You understand? He gonna get out the cuff and then turn around and, I guess, free himself or something. These people are complete animals when it comes to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man.
Right.
It's just as simple. They are animals and they don't care how they treat us. They don't give a damn what they do to us at all. You understand? So they turned around. This brother was screaming, look, I can't breathe, man, as loud as he could. Somebody got it down. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Knee in his neck, the whole body. You understand? And if you ever watch cops, you ever see how they take them damn knees?
Right.
And you understand? They turn around and put their whole body and just try to make sure they hurting you. You understand? They ain't trying to subdue you. Those cops are trying to hurt you.
Right.
You understand? That's actually what they trying to do. And they did it, man. They murdered this brother. You understand? So go ahead, read a little more. And real quick before you start reading, like I said, this was the topic of this Sunday. You understand? As COVID-19 spreads, you understand? As the virus COVID-19 spreads, so does COVID cops. You understand?
Right.
To where, guess what? They still find it in their little blue-eyed and blonde-haired, loving little heart to murder a nigga. Right. You understand? In the time where we're dying anyway. You understand? Right. We are dying more than anybody from COVID-19 now. And they still find time and space to murder us, man. You understand? Which is ridiculous. Well, go ahead. Keep reading now.
What we saw was horrible. Completely and utterly messed up. Mayor Jacob Fry said of the video of the incident. I believe what I saw, and what I saw was wrong at every level.
Absolutely. And guess what? Every time they do it, it's wrong. You understand? This ain't just the first wrong that they've committed. All of, like I said, Eric Gardner, that brother, when he couldn't breathe. You understand? That was wrong. You know, subdue the man for whatever the reason. You know, first of all, he wasn't even fighting. You understand? Hardly any of these brothers are ever fighting with you.
Right.
You know, like when they turned around and beat Rodney King, he was just sitting in the car, drunk and high. You understand? He wasn't doing nothing. But they turned around and beat him to a damn. I'm surprised he didn't die.
Right.
The way they beat him. You know what I mean? I thought he was there. When I was watching that video, I'm looking like, damn, I didn't know he gonna die anymore. One more blow and he's out of it. But he didn't. He pulled through it and then ended up dying. What, about 20 years later? Did he die about 20 years later? I think somewhere around there. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, like I said, a lot of these cases, nobody's doing anything. Nobody's fighting the police at all. You understand? But they turn around and find some type of way and a reason why to take your whole damn life. You understand? And that's what they did to this brother. And like I said, the sister said he was cuffed. He was in cuffs. He was in handcuffs. On the ground. That's when you claim you want him, man. That's the first thing. Get on the ground. You understand? He on the ground. You got the cuffs on him, and then you run and jump on his damn neck and put your knee in the man's neck and cut off his damn airway. Man. You understand? To where the brother ends up dying. Go ahead. Keep reading.
A man exclaiming, I can't breathe, as Minneapolis police officers pinned him down to the ground and put his knee on the man's neck.
Nice not word. No sweat.
And put his knee on the man's neck for about 8 minutes.
About 8 minutes. 8 minutes handcuffed. Where he going? Where's the man going? You got him. You on his 8 whole minutes? Come on now. Go ahead, keep reading.
Died Monday night, prompting the FBI and the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension to step in and investigate.
Oh, there we go. Step in and investigate. What investigation do you need? You got witnesses. You understand? I'm pretty sure somebody got that on camera.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's a video of that.
Got it.
They got pictures. Go ahead, sis.
Well, they have their body cams on, but they haven't released it yet.
Oh,
So
you
they
know.
have the footage here.
Oh, you know that. You see, what was that? It was an incident that we had looked up. I forgot which one this was, but they turned the body cams off on these people. It's another one that I want to read too. That I want to go over. Go ahead, finish reading. This one here, man. This one. We didn't have the time to read this one at the show, but since this happened again, you understand?
Right.
Then we're gonna end up reading because this was recent too. Go ahead.
Video of the incident shows that a white police officer had a black man pinned to the ground next to the back tire of his patrol car with his knee on the man's neck. Please, please,
No sweat. Whoa.
please, 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 I can't breathe, the man begs. My stomach hurts. My neck hurts. Please, please, I can't breathe. Onlookers outside the Minneapolis deli urged the officer to get off the man. You're stopping his breathing right now. You think that's cool? One man says. His nose is bleeding. Look at his nose, says a woman. The officer does not budge. And then the man goes silent. More people begin to intervene and call for the officer or his partner to check for a pulse. The officer remains on the man's neck, even as he lies apparently unresponsive, for a total of about 8 minutes before paramedics arrive, and the man is placed on a stretcher.
Placed on a stretcher, dead. You know what I mean? Sitting there begging and pleading with the damn officer for his life.
He went up and he stayed on him.
Stayed on. Yeah, he didn't let up. Didn't let up at all. All right. Let me read this one real quick. Let me see. This story here. This actually ended in somewhat of some. This is still a slap in the face for real. Let me see. This one is ex-Michigan trooper who tasered a 15-year-old boy driving an ATV, causing a fatal crash, is charged with involuntary manslaughter. All right. Now this is the young brother, right? Now you know, like I know, devils do what they want to.
Right.
Right. They ride whatever they want to ride, wherever they want to ride them at. Like for instance, it's a law against riding the what's the damn things? The moped. You're not supposed to ride the ATVs in the street. And the other, what's the
dirt bike?
The dirt bikes, yeah, God. And I used to see white boys ride them everywhere.
Right.
You know what I mean? Every damn where. Okay, for a long time since I was little, I've been saying them ride. It's as long as that. But they've been riding them, and they've been continuing to ride them everywhere they want to, no problem. But now, of course, since who was that started that? What that DMX, the Rough Riders, right? On that video, you understand?
Right. Yeah.
There ain't nothing wrong with riding around, man. Niggas just stunting, popping wheelies on them. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. But of course, when you do something, you a criminal. You know what I mean? You up to something. You can't just be enjoying a ride on a damn ATV. You got to be up to something. And this devil turned around and hunted this little kid down, man, and ended up tased. I mean, this was like a movie, what he did. Straight up. Let me read a little bit and then I'll break it down. It said, former Michigan State trooper was convicted of involuntary manslaughter Wednesday in the death of a Detroit teenager who crashed in an all-terrain vehicle and died when he was shot with a taser. Mark Bessner, 45, was convicted of killing teenager Damon Grimes by shooting him with a taser while he was fleeing police on an ATV. Now, what he did, okay, it said Grimes had popped a wheelie before police began pursuing him. After the 15-year-old was struck with the taser, he crashed into a parked car, flipped his ATV over, and was killed. Here's the thing. He was on a wheelie. You understand? He wasn't fleeing the police. There's another article where he turned around and saw him, and he pursued him, of course, right? So he hunted him and tracked him down. When he saw him, he popped the wheelie. He driving the car. This officer is the one driving the car and shoot the damn taser at the boy while he ride. This a movie, this some TV shit. You understand? This what he doing on TV. He how they be doing on the movies where they riding and boop, 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 shooting and all. You know what I'm saying? All the action is right there in the car. They hitting turns and doing all this, and he firing. They go in the back. They go in the right. They doing this some movie stuff that he was doing. The brother popped the wheelie. He was already riding and already popped the wheelie, and then the police roll up on him and shoot the damn taser out of the window at him and hit him. And of course, damn, you set the boy into total shock in the middle of a wheelie. Even if it was on a bike, that would have been tragic. You understand? But that's what he did. That's how he did. 15-year-old kid, man. And guess what? And, 5 years, they ended up getting a lawsuit, you know what I'm saying? I would rather have, you know what I'm saying, my loved one, my family, my brother, or my sister versus, you know what I'm saying, a payout. But they did end up paying, you know what I'm saying, the family, I believe they got like $12 million, and he got 5 years in prison. 5 years in prison for murdering this young. That's why I said that's a slap in the face. You know what I'm saying? That's a drop. That's one dry drop in a bucket. Right. You understand? 5 years and $12 million. You know, just murdered my whole damn little brother. You know what I mean? And I'm telling you, man, these people are extremely evil. But go ahead.
That money just to be like, okay, shut up about it.
Like, really, that's what that is. Really, that's what that is. I hate
go
that.
away money. Like,
right, for real.
We're not really gonna punish him. Just stop talking too much about it. We gave him some money, but he's gonna get 5 years, which means he's going to serve maybe two and a half, if that. Or
be like, what's her name? Just what was that white woman name that killed Botham Jean? What's her name? Amber Geiger, right? She got 5 years, and already was up for them parole.
No, time served. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Time served. What was already up for it? I mean, what she do? Like a month after that? You understand? Like, that's ridiculous. You know, like I said, so he'll be in there maybe, like you said, maybe 2 years. You know, maybe at the most. You know what I'm saying? And after that, he'll be out. And he'll be right back on the force.
Right.
You know, he's going to get his job back somewhere else. So, just move to another city, become a cop somewhere else, and murder somebody else's kid. You understand? That's what he's going to do. That's all. That's what they all do. But like, and when you mentioned the hush money, I hate how they did that sister. What was her name? Michael Brown mother. What was her name? Remember her name? Go ahead.
Leslie? What's her name? Leslie?
Leslie. Okay, that sister. They did, like you said, like hush money and just go away, be quiet. They gave her, you know, a little payment. You know what I'm saying? They actually had raised money for the cop too. You know what I'm saying? Who was it? Was that Walmart that was under scrutiny? I think they gave the cop like 10 or 12 million, and then they gave the mother like 4. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, something like that. Go ahead.
Leslie McSpadden.
Okay, Leslie McSpadden. All right. That sister turned around, and that's how they played her, man. You understand? They turned around and gave her a little bit of money. Then turned around and named I believe it was a park, put a park in her name. And then turned around and tried to soup the sister up as if she was going to turn around and run for office. Like they going to put her in office somewhere. make her like a mayor or a governor or something. You know what I mean? That was ridiculous. You know what I mean? To come on, man. A park, you murdered my son. A park, you crazy? Go ahead. Yeah, Jenna.
Hi, sir. When I was just looking up her correct name, and said she came in like third, trying to be on the board in Ferguson. Came up third.
And what would that have changed? Nothing. They still gonna be. Man, Ferguson is like the worst. People think the city of St. Louis is bad, but Ferguson is awful. Ferguson is terrible. They got a terrible record out in Ferguson forever. This ain't nothing new. Since Ferguson been Ferguson, they've been harassing black people. You understand? They a sister, I forgot her name too. This sister had worked and she had, was she some kind of politician too? I think she was some kind of politician, and this sister had turned around and fought to enforce a new law to where Ferguson was going to have to turn around and give numbers and show data, right, to the people that they pull over, the reasons they pull them over, what happened as a result of you pulling them over, the race, and you know what I'm saying, and every damn thing. Age, you got to give every damn thing. None of this half-ass reporting stuff that they've been doing, right? So Ferguson had turned around, and 2 years later, Ferguson had not done no data. They did like 1 month and said, to hell with that. Broke the law. This supposed to be a law now. You understand? And none of the cops turned around, gave, and submitted any of this data. And guess what? Ferguson is still Ferguson. You understand? Ferguson police still working at Ferguson police. Matter of fact, in between this, one of the cops turned around and went to the house, and the sister accused him of raping her. You understand? Straight up. Forced himself. This is what the article said. And he ended up, I don't know, I'm going to have to check and see his punishment, but he ended up resigning when she came forward. When the sister came forward, that cop had resigned. You understand? She was having some type of disagreement with her man. She called the police or whatever, and then the cop come and say, "Oh, your man, he gone," and he's supposed to force himself in this woman's mouth. You understand? And turn around, and the sister ended up reporting it, and the cop ended up resigning once the case had started and all that. Like, man, these cops are. Nobody just hate cops because they white. It's because they criminals.
Right.
You understand? Like here you are, and that sister that we looked at on that video, when she said, "You're supposed to protect me," you know what I'm saying, the one that beat her, right? And they don't serve and protect the black community. They terrorize it every day. You understand? They terrorize the black community. All they do is ride around or post up. You sent me that picture where the cop was pushed up in the. I mean, it was like a whole, like, big field, right, of nothing but trees and bushes, and the cop was that Ferguson?
It was
Ferguson or Florissant, one of them.
I believe that was Florissant.
Florissant. Okay, they pushed way back up where you could barely even see the. I mean, that's how I noticed the car, the damn headlight. First, he was up in there camouflaged so well you couldn't even tell.
Right.
But then after I seen the headlights, you could see some of the writing. It was a police car. Like I said, I know it was an L, so I don't know if it was Ferguson or Florissant. But you couldn't see it all, but you could tell this was a cop car after that. I said, God, they posted up way back up in it. Go ahead, Jenna.
So like, and the picture on the internet was just like, be careful coming out this way.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Exactly.
Warning.
Why? Because they know criminals are about to pull you over. They're going to jump up out of a bush and pull you over. You understand?
Right.
They're going to check your goddamn plates. You understand? They're going to check you, run your name and your ID when hell there's been. Like, goddamn, they name been destroyed. You understand? They've been had a horrible reputation ever since they've been cops, man. You understand? But that's what this officer did to that young brother, man. Like I said, he turned around and he's doing some old Dukes of Hazzard type mess, man. You understand? Doing some old, what's my man's name? The cop, no, not him. I'm talking about the, what's the one? Marky Mark, the singer? This is the movies that he be playing on, the action movies and stuff.
The other guy?
Huh?
The other guys?
Yeah. That's what it reminds you of. All the action, all the police, all the fire, all the, you know what I'm saying? What's my man's name? What was the other one name? The spy. Yeah, the French, the James Bond. You understand? Some junk like that, man. And this brother ended up losing his life over that garbage, man. It's ridiculous. These people that oppress black people, man, they are the devil. You understand? No devil under the ground.
Right.
No devil under the ground just murdered their brother. What's his name out there in Minnesota?
Name was his name was George Floyd.
George Floyd. You understand? George Floyd was not murdered by someone that lives under the ground. George Floyd was murdered by someone that walks the earth right along with us. You understand? And it just so happens to be the so-called white man. All right. So we got a couple more articles I want to give real quick. You got the articles in? Pull them up real quick.
Which one?
We got a couple of them. Let's see. Tuesday class. Matter of fact, go to one. Do the one with the churches first. Churches reopen.
St. Louis area believers return as houses of worship begin reopening. But things are different.
But things are different. Guess what? It ain't gonna never be the same. You understand? It is never going to be the same after COVID-19. All right? And guess what? You shouldn't even go to church. There should be no one even at church to begin with. But let's keep reading. I just wanted to read a little bit of this, and then we're going to jump to the others and get to the topic.
As parishioners return to Immaculate Conception of Dardenne.
Well, every church name is stupid, ain't it? Good night. What's the name of that place again?
Immaculate Conception of Dardenne.
Immaculate Conception. Good night. They actually believe that nonsense. You understand? When they're the ones that went and did the research and found out that it don't even exist. No such thing as Immaculate Conception. No one was ever immaculately conceived.
Right.
All right. Every man and woman, every child that's been born here on this earth comes one way, and it's in the Bible. That's what's so crazy. Mm-hmm. It's in the scriptures that you're gonna be born by having a mother and a father, and they're gonna fall in love. And then what they say, they're gonna meet each other. They're gonna fall in love. Mm-hmm. You understand? And then they go, what they say back in the day, do to do. You understand? They're gonna do to do. Okay, right. They're gonna get it in. Okay, that's what's gonna happen. All right, and then 9 months later, here you come, baby kid. Okay, go ahead, Bob. Read a little more.
For the first time since the coronavirus pandemic closed hundreds of St. Louis area churches.
Let me tell you something. No, your pastor closed them churches because they punk ass was scared.
Right.
You understand? That's what they did. They were scared to come outside. They thought you was going to cough on them and need prayer. Because look, you know everybody that got that COVID was going to go to church and try to turn around and get prayed on, right? Get hands laid on them.
Right.
And the pastor was scared as hell of that. So he said, no, you know what? Just close down. Cash out me them tithes. You know what I'm saying? Whether you working or not, send me some money and I'll see y'all later. You understand? That's what they said. All right? Go ahead, I'll read them all.
Closed hundreds of St. Louis area churches. They walked under a large banner with a simple message. Welcome home.
Welcome home. Let me ask you something. Okay, on movies and TV and even real life, when someone abandons you, how, do you ever see a welcome home sign and then the person go in? Usually the person turns around and say, you know what, to hell with them. They left me when I was a child. Or they, left me when I was pregnant. Or, you know what I'm saying? We were supposed to be partners, but he turned on me, burnt out, I'm through with him. You understand? That's usually what happened. But the church opened up. They abandoned their damn members. And then now some people have the nerve to want to go back to church. Stupid. Keep going, I'll read no more.
People view their church as their spiritual home.
Oh, let's say spiritual home. You understand? An evil spirit, that's the type of spirit that place has. The Christian church is none other than the house of Satan.
Right.
You understand? That is Satan worship. You're not worshiping the Lord there. You're not worshiping Jesus. You're not serving Christ. You're not worshiping the Lord. You're not doing any of that in a Christian church. You actually serve Satan. Because the things that they believe, the stuff that they teach, and everything that they do, it's not even in the Bible. Christ was against your Christian churches, your Christian pastors and bishops and deacons and reverends and members, all of them. Christ was against them, man. Why? Because they was hypocrites. They were misleading the people. They were lying to God's chosen people. Okay? And more so than Christ coming up against the so-called white man. White man is the devil all day long. But Christ came up against those Christian preachers. Right. The people that was our so-called leaders, right? Our so-called religious leaders. They're the leaders of the sheep, right? Shepherds of the flock.
Right.
So they turn around and here you is lying to them, robbing them and every damn thing else. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And guess what? And tithes, they've been robbing and taking tithes since Christ. Since way back. You understand? Right. Since way back even before Christ. Christ even cut them about taking them tithes. Yeah, you take them tithes. You want that money, but you're not teaching the people the most important thing, which is the law, to keep all the law. Not just some of it, man. Not just paying tithes. They still doing that same thing to this day, bro.
I'm right.
You understand? Even in the pandemic, they abandoned their members and then turn around and open up a cash app. And then now, once the CDC and the WHO say that you can come on back out, you know what I'm saying? Now it's, welcome home. What kind of sorry ass welcome is that? You turn your back on because you know the Christians was gonna need their hands laid on them.
Right.
Pastor, I got a headache. I'm symptomatic. You hear me? I know everybody in the church would have had a symptom, woke up with a cough or whatever, we're gonna go straight to church. And had a pastor pray for them. Go ahead.
Yeah, every nut too.
And damn right.
Right.
I'm telling you, man. And guess what? They turn their back on you and then say, welcome home once the CDC says you can open up. Go ahead, Ward.
That's lucky. That's part of the reasons why, those leaders treat them that way. If you abuse somebody for so long, and it's like a woman in an abusive relationship.
God.
Even though he put you out, when he opened the door back, you go right back in and still abuse you. Take your money, lie to you, do everything you thought he would, but you just gonna go back to him because you love him.
Right. And your pastor is nothing more than a pimp.
Right.
Like they said in the pimping game, he said, first you get the mind, then you get the body.
Right.
You get the mind, the body gonna do what the mind say do.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what controls your body and your damn mind. You understand? When you turn around and get up to go do anything, your mind is controlling your body. You understand? And they just turned around and took total control over our people's damn minds and hit them with that razzle and that dazzle, man, and that magic, and got them really believing that those people are prophets of God. They really believe in they lying, gay ass pastor. You understand? You got the soft. When I heard the truth about Christ, that he wasn't no sissy, and that he wasn't no white boy, and that he was straight gangster. Oh man, it changed my whole mind about what I had been hearing before. What's actually in the book versus what I heard in church. It was easy for me to throw the church in the trash where it belonged. You understand? It was real easy, Bob, because guess what? What you saying in that church ain't lining up right here with this book.
Right.
So you got to be lying. You feel me? So it was, like I said, it was real easy to do away with that. But here it is. They opened up again. All right? And they in church. It's going to be different. Go ahead, Bob. Read them more.
Come. Monsignor Ted Waskitsky, pastor of this Roman Catholic parish of more than 4,000 households in St. Charles County.
Mm-hmm.
Dozens attended Mass each day in the past week, he said.
Mm-hmm.
Many people were in tears of joy to be able to come back.
Tears of joy. Like you said, a woman in a horrible, horrible relationship. You understand? To where you think that this man, look, even though he beat you, punched you all in your mouth, knocked 3 of your teeth out, you understand? Did every other cruel thing to you, that burned you, hit you with a chair, threw you down some steps, you know what I mean? And then, like you said, put you outside on the porch, give you a bowl like a dog, feed you, and then open the door and say, you can come back here, bitch.
Right.
You understand? Right. And you say, oh, good. Now I can come back home.
Right.
You happy now. Mistreat you completely, Obama, and then put a banner up and say, welcome home.
Yeah, boy.
Okay? Welcome home, man. The Christian church is no home for me.
That's right.
The ISUPK under Commanding General URIAH is my home, goddammit.
Right.
You understand? Where I know my brothers love me at. I know my sisters love me at. I ain't got to worry about getting abandoned. Your Commander Junior Hunter was in the situation where he was abandoned. You know?
Right.
And guess what? He stayed and held on to this truth. So guess what? I'll be damned if I abandon him. You understand?
Right.
He wasn't no bitch. Ain't that what they say? He wasn't no bitch. So guess what? I ain't one either. He ain't raising no bitch ass nigga over here. Okay?
That's right.
So I'm going to hold it down. I'm not going to abandon Commanding General URIAH. He ain't going to have to put no welcome home banner. We home, goddammit.
Right.
You understand? I've been glad to be home since I've been here, man. You feel me? So like I said, man, let's jump on the next one. Go on, drop that. They was even. They even got the pictures where now you have the choice when they were saying like the things gonna be different. You have the choice to where you can have them place the crack. You have that man, the man that's gay and molested everybody in the church. Turn around and you can have him place your crack on your tongue like you a girl. You understand? Or not. You can turn around. It's just different little things that now they turning around and they saying they doing differently so that they can keep up with the social distancing. You understand? But guess what? It ain't gonna happen. I bet you they're gonna continue to molest children.
Right.
They ain't gonna stay 6 feet away from the little boys. You understand? I know they ain't gonna do that. You understand? Give me the one that talked about the Ozarks. I think it's
3 of them.
it is. And just give me the first one. Give me the first one on that. Give me the new statistics since opening on the COVID-19. We're gonna give a quick little update. St. Louis is in the spotlight again. Of course, you know it ain't nothing good. You understand? St. Louis is an extremely evil place to be, man.
Yeah, right.
You understand? They claim to oh my God, what is the Show Me State and all this other good stuff about they actually won the best restaurants and just all this new attractions. They won all kinds of damn awards, but guess what? They lost when it came to how you treat God's chosen people. You understand? You get no award for that. All right. What I want you to get is Christ when He returns. You understand? That's your reward that you're gonna get for how you treat God's chosen people. And we're gonna read this little article and show you what they actually did. A bunch of devils. Go ahead, Marie.
Packed pool party gone viral in Missouri earns rebuke from state health director who warns of long-lasting and tragic results.
Look, they turned around and here it is. It was another movie, man. They just could not. It was hot, and they could not help themselves, and they all went and jumped all in everybody's pool that they could. And he was a bunch of devils, right? And of course, nobody was social distancing. Everybody was right next to each other. We just read, again, we read 2 other articles about 2 barbers in Springfield, okay? It's not too far from St. Louis, to where they turned around and was cutting hair and infected, knowing they were symptomatic, and infected over 140 people with COVID. Just 2 barbers. One of them did 90 of them themselves, and then the other one did the rest of them. So you can just imagine how many white people know that they symptomatic and still getting out here and doing whatever the hell it is that they do. Like, it was another article that we pulled where the devil, I forgot where he was at. He wasn't too far from here either. But he turned around and was going to gas stations and stores and doing everything, knowing that he had it. Doctor told him, stay home for the next 14 days, at least. And he didn't do it. He had gas stations, he had stores, he coughing and spitting and touching everything and everybody. And guess what? You already know the outcome of that too. You understand? Like, these devils just don't care. They really was out protesting with their guns, talking about, we not going to be slaves. You ain't no slave. You're free. And how good it must feel to be free. To turn around and be able to, look, we can't even march to the damn, when they did that protest for that brother Anthony Lamar Smith, you remember that, Bob?
God, sir.
They turned around, we couldn't even go up there, and they were singing, they doing the same old Martin Luther King shuffle. We couldn't even go up there and sing. When I'm saying we, I ain't talking about the ISUPK, because we ain't gonna never be a part of that.
Right.
You understand? So when I'm saying we, I'm talking about black people. You understand? But we turned around and couldn't even go up to the damn city hall and just march down there to City Hall and stand out there and sing, and then almost 100, what, did over 100 people got locked up? It was over 100 and some people that got locked up.
Beat them down.
And they, you know, they was beating them and everything else. The only somebody that had sense enough to file lawsuits was, you know who? White people. Some of them white people that was in the crowd had got billy clubbed and got pepper sprayed and got stomped. And of course it was an accident. But you know what they did? They went, they sued. They said, hell with that, you gonna pay me. All I was doing was just marching, was just walking. Well, guess what? That's all the niggas was doing too. That's all they was doing was just walking downtown. But here, during the pandemic, when you telling people to stay at home for your health, so you won't get sick, so you won't give it to nobody else, so we can try to contain the disease, and maybe we can die down, and COVID-19 will be over with. That's what they said. They didn't say, oh, we're going to turn around and beat you, hang you, lynch you, sell your kids, you understand, make you work barefoot, and you know what I'm saying? They didn't say that to them. They didn't say we're going to beat your back if you don't pick that cotton. You know, none of that. But they say, with their guns, they had guns and went to this, oh no, we ain't going to be, and nooses too. Guns and nooses.
Right.
They said, we ain't finna be slaves. So who you think the nooses and them guns was really for? They blame us for every damn thing.
Right.
You understand? The damn Chinaman is the reason for the goddamn SARS and the COVID 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 19. You understand? It's going to be 20, 21, 22, 23 when they get done. Because they're going to eat some more stuff they ain't supposed to eat.
That's right.
I don't think they've learned their lesson. You understand? I don't think China has learned their lesson. And they still find a way to blame us. Because we or turning around and dying because we don't have health insurance. We can't go to the doctor. I mean, it's too high.
Right.
The bill is enough to scare a nigga from not going to the doctor. Knowing ambulance ride, that's $1,000, $900 and some odd dollars to go on what nigga go? He just take a chance that Elizabeth, I'm coming to join you, honey. You just take a chance on dying right there. You know, give him something, give me a Sprite, give me something. You know what I'm saying? You do some old home remedy or something. You know what I mean? Try to heal yourself. But who got $1,000 to ride to the hospital, man?
Right.
And then when they get there, they do work on you. I was wondering why they come in there with that goddamn band. You understand? For Tylenol band. They gotta hit you for that. Type it in the system. Charge you. You understand? When they walk in there just to check on you, band. They ain't even did nothing. They ain't done nothing. They just come in there and look at you, and then you sleep, and then bang, and they go right to the damn thing, type in, and they charge you. You understand? Whatever they do, bucket, if you got to throw up, they give you a bucket, you finna pay for that bucket. The plastic that they put down in the light, you finna pay for that plastic. You understand? You get charged for, you need a towel, okay. Charge for that towel, you have to wipe his face. You understand? Charge for that tissue that's in the bathroom. You can't use the bathroom free in the hospital. You understand? It's ridiculous, man. It is ridiculous. But they saying, stay at home for your health. Not, you finna be the next slave. And guess what? They can't do it. But us, we can't go and march and sing without getting billy club, pepper spray, beat. They even did it outside the Justice Center. Did you see that part?
Sir.
When they went and when 80 of them, it was 88 of them that got locked up, they went to the Justice Center trying to sing and dance and get them out, and then they turned around and locked them up, start beating them at that damn thing too. That's how the number went over 100. Go ahead, Jenna.
Right. Yeah. And just look at what they calling slavery.
Right.
Sit at home and collect this money that we gonna keep giving you. All your fast food restaurants gonna be open.
Right.
All the movies that you want to watch gonna come up on your show, up on your streaming apps and on your cable. Mm-hmm. Just sit at home and stay safe. Nope, that's slavery. Mm-hmm. What? God.
Right. That's how they do. That's how they think, man. You understand? Boy, it must be good being free. You understand?
Right?
Must be great being free. You okay? But they turn around and they had wild parties everywhere. Go ahead, Bob. Read a little more.
Missouri's health director issued a dire warning Monday after photos and videos showed Memorial Day weekend. Memorial
Day weekend. All right? They got to get it in on their weekend. I actually saw right up the street from the school just the other day when we were leaving here, Sunday, I saw a slave turning around and wrapping her house, her banners going down her steps with red, white, and blue. You seen the house of mine? She turned around, had on the USA shirt, USA hat, USA all over her door, red, white, and blue. What's the little thing, the little fans they put in the yard? Red, white, blue fan with the wind blowing.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You understand? She had them all over. I said, God, go ahead.
Pinwheels.
Pinwheel. Turn around, she got them in the yard, red, white, and blue. I said, God damn, man, we just don't get it.
Yeah.
You know? And that's like the scriptures say that Israel has become a home-born slave. You understand? Sister Hot? You out too?
No.
Oh, the baby. Oh, okay, no sweat. You doing your motherly thing, no sweat. It's a lot. You know what I'm saying? I thought you might have been warm or something up in there. We'll make sure you get cool. Yeah, but I mean, it's ridiculous, man. But here, now that right there, that was a slave. Okay? They turned around and got so much love for the country that they beat your people. Continue to murder your people. The day after the weekend was over, what did they do? Murder another brother.
Right.
That's begging you, please, I can't breathe. You understand? That's handcuffed already on the ground. All right, go ahead, Bob. Read it up more.
Video show Memorial Day weekend revelers partying close together.
Partying close together. Okay. Now, first off, they ain't issued none of them fines that they were saying that they did in the hood.
Right.
They ain't saying nothing about paying them big old hefty fines, but they caught these revelers, right? Caught them, and what they say? Keep going.
The coronavirus is still here.
Coronavirus is still here, begging and pleading with his people, but sent out warnings to brothers and sisters in the hood, saying if you break these rules, you're going to be fined. We catch more than 10 in your house, you're going to be fined. If we catch you not social distancing, you're going to be fined. All right? And they said, what did I say again, Bob?
The coronavirus is still here.
It's still here, please. Yeah, that's what they said to their people. Okay, keep on.
And the spreading of illnesses could have long-lasting and tragic results.
Look at this. He's trying to get his people to understand. Okay? You can get sick. The coronavirus is still here. It have long-lasting effects. You know, let's not, no, don't do it. Stay home, keep calm.
One video on social media showed a crammed pool at Lake of the Ozarks with people lounging and playing close together without masks.
Lounging, playing close together with no mask. Good night. Breaking the COVID rules. Okay? Broke all the rules. You ain't supposed to be nowhere near sick. Look, brothers, I be going in the store, brothers and sisters be making sure you stay them 6 feet. You know, we the people that like you being close up on us no damn way.
Right.
You understand? So you get a little too close to me in the line, I'm gonna look back at you like that. You alright? You understand? But now they really like, hold up, bag back, give me 6 feet. Okay? They want their 6 feet. But at this party, oh boy. And it wasn't just one, it was a bunch of them. It was a bunch of parties. Okay? Keep going.
The lake draws people not only from as far away as Arkansas and Iowa. It's an especially popular spot for travelers from St. Louis City and County.
Yeah, it is. I used to like going down there. It's a nice little spot. You know what I'm saying? All the little go-kart rides they got, the little golfing. You understand? Oh man, we was down there kicking. Okay? The lake. Good night. I'll tell you, it was nice down. Are you in that bed?
Only on my semi. Going back.
Just drove through? Okay. I know you been about it. Oh, you ain't been down there either? Man, I'm telling you, been down there, had some fun. But I'm glad I ain't go this weekend.
Why?
I turned around, came back coughing. Y'all had to quarantine me. You're go ahead, read a little more, then we're going to drop that. Matter of fact, drop that, man. Give me the, cause I know the corona that went up. It was over 200 cases yesterday. You understand? It turned around, and at one point, it was declining. It was going down, right? And they opened it up too soon. Like I said, I really believe that was an experiment of these devils because we are getting infected more. And they said, go ahead, open it up. Let's see what it do. And then now it's back up. Go ahead, give me them numbers, Doc. I see by your face. Yeah, come on. Go to read.
In the 2-week incubation period since...
Nice loud word.
In the 2-week incubation period for the COVID-19 virus, the state saw confirmed cases creep up nearly 8%. Let's see. However, the 1,043 new cases reported this week, reported the week of the 15th, and the 1,126 new cases reported from May 16th through the 22nd, based on Action 41 news data, is the fewest since April 3rd. when it was 2,175.
Exactly. So the numbers went back up, man. You understand? The numbers that went back up, and it got out there too soon. You know what I'm saying? They trying to do too much. I understand you've been in the house for a while. You know what I mean? Take the little precautions that you need to take so you can be safe, so you don't get the COVID-19. Most importantly, come and join your people and serve the Lord, man.
That's right.
You understand? That's what we need to be doing in during these times and forever. All right? Is we need to all be in the one body of Christ. Okay? And that's the ISUPK. Keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. All right? Go ahead, drop them articles out. Let's go on and get to the topic, man. Give me 2 Samuel 11 and start at verse 1. Because I wanted to show how being a brother, you understand, how brotherhood ended in tragedy, man. And this is the thing about the Bible, you know, it's not a book of you know, like Christian church. Everything happy, everything love, you know, nothing's ever wrong. This is actually our history. What they like to say about this is the good, the bad, and the ugly, right?
Damn right.
This is the rise and the fall of the greatest people that ever damn live in this book. All right? And we done did some, what they say, some good things and some bad things, right? And it's all in the book. It's recorded, it's history, it's there, and we're going to end up going over some. I want to go over this story here because this act of brotherhood ended in tragedy for this brother.
Con. 2 Samuel chapter 11, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to pass, after the year was expired, at the time when kings go forth to battle, that David sent Joab and his servants with him, and all Israel. And they destroyed the children of Ammon, and besieged Rabbah. But David tarried still at Jerusalem.
Okay, so after they done went forth, fought this battle, you understand, destroyed the Ammonites, you understand, and besieged Rabbah, they turned around and he still stayed at Jerusalem. Keep going.
And it came to pass in an evening tide that David arose from off his bed and walked upon the roof of the king's house. And from the roof he saw a woman washing herself. And the woman was very beautiful to look upon.
Okay, he seen him a bad sister. You understand? Washing herself. First off, why she washing herself? What somebody can see. You understand? He up on the castle, goddamn, he can see. All right? So he turned around, looked down, saw this bad sister, and said, damn. All right? Keep going.
And David sent and inquired after the woman. And one said, is not this Bathsheba, the daughter of Eliam, the wife of Uriah the Hittite?
Okay, so like this is another man's wife. Right? And read verse 4.
And David sent messengers and took her. And she came in unto him, and he lay with her. For she was purified from her uncleanness, and she returned unto her house.
Okay, now he turned around and sent for her anyway, right? King David had a demon. You understand? He had a demon, and he turned around, saw this sister, she was bad as hell, and he didn't give a damn. Like, it reminded me of so many times when I have seen and heard brothers say stuff like, oh, you got a man? Yeah, I got a man. What's your man got to do with me? Like, I don't even care. You know what I mean? And you should. You understand? You should care because somebody could do that to you. You know what I mean? How many brothers have died? And matter of fact, this brother died all because somebody slept with his wife. And this brother was an extremely disciplined soldier, man. You understand? He was extremely disciplined. And he showed a lot of brotherhood. All right? But that same brotherhood wasn't bestowed upon him in return. All right? Keep going.
And the woman conceived and sent and told David, and said, I am with child.
Okay, so they turn around, and first off, this lets you know what type of woman you're dealing with here. You understand? That has a man ain't gonna deal with you just because you the king. You understand? Like, who even gives a damn what kind of man you are? Your man is Uriah. That's your man. You understand? I don't care if the King David, Bill Gates, whoever, you understand, wanted you. Okay? You off limits. And you supposed to know that.
Right.
You understand? King David knew that, and you knew it, and he still slept with his sister, man. Keep going.
And David sent to Joab, saying, send me Uriah the Hittite. And Joab sent Uriah to David. And when Uriah was come unto him, David demanded of him how Joab did, and how the people did, and how the war prospered.
Okay? So Uriah started breaking it down. You understand? Because he asked him, how did things go? Keep going.
And David said to Uriah, go down to thy house and wash thy feet. And Uriah departed out of the king's house, and there followed him a mess of meat from the king.
Okay, so he turned around. He telling him, go to thy house, wash thy feet. Go chill. Go relax. Go be with your woman, man. You understand? Because at this point, what King David is trying to do is he's trying to turn around and hide that thing that he did. You understand? Extremely evil thing that he did. And it gets worse. Keep going.
But Uriah slept at the door of the king's house.
He did what?
Slept at the door of the king's house.
He slept at the door of the king's house. You understand? Keep going.
With all the servants of his Lord, and went not down to his house.
He didn't go to his house. He turned around and said, man, look, I'm finna stay right here. And let's hear his response. Keep going.
And when they had told David, saying, Uriah went not down unto his house, David said unto Uriah, camest thou not from thy journey? Why then didn't thou not go down into thine house?
So he's like, look, man, you pulled you all the way from the battle, brought you all the way here. You ain't go home? I told you to go home, man. Why you still here? Keep going.
And Uriah said unto David, the ark and Israel and Judah abide in tents.
They do what?
Abide in tents.
They abide in tents. Keep going.
And my lord Joab and the servants of my lord are encamped in the open fields. Shall I then go into mine house to eat and to drink and to lie with my wife? As thou livest and as thy soul liveth, I will not do this thing.
Man, that's a brother right there. He was raised by Commander General Young.
Right.
Uriah was raised by the general. This brother right here, this was a brotherhood. This was true brotherhood right here. You understand? He turned around and just broke it down. And said, look, my Lord Joab, you understand? He out there, y'all in tents, you understand, fighting this war. He said, you're encamped in open field. He said, shall I then go into my house to eat and drink? Should I go chill? They say, to lie with my wife. Should I go tear this meat up while my brothers is out here warring? You heard me? Should I do that? Should I go home and have my woman make me some good old chicken wings? You know what I'm saying? And make a nice salad to go with it. Make some spaghetti and some garlic bread. Should I go home and do these kind of things while my brothers is out here? He said, as thou livest and as thy soul liveth, I will not do this thing. I ain't gonna do it. I'm not going. I'm staying right here. That's a loyal brother.
Right.
You understand? That's a loyal brother, man. And you can learn something from this brother Uriah. You understand, Salah? You can learn something from Uriah, man. That brother was down, okay? That was, what they said, the word down-ass nigga. He was a down-ass nigga.
Right.
All right? That's Uriah. Keep going.
And David said to Uriah, tarry here today also, and tomorrow I will let thee depart. So Uriah abode in Jerusalem that day and the morrow.
Okay, so he said, all right, well, look, man, I heard you. All right, I feel you. And then what we say, I feel you. I feel you, bro. Look, I'm going to let you stay here today, chill with us today, but you got to go tomorrow, man. You got to go, all right? Look, why? Because King David, like I said, he's trying to get him home. That's the whole thing. But Uriah cut him. He said, should I go home and lie with my wife? Should I go home and get busy while my brothers is warned? Is that what I should do? Nah. You understand? And that's exactly what King David wanted him to do.
Right.
King David wanted him to go home, lay with his wife, so that that little dirty secret they had going on could be kept a secret. And it'd be, oh, Uriah came home from the war, Uriah got him some, it's Uriah, baby.
Right.
Right? Keep going.
And when David had called him, he did eat and drink before him, and he made him drunk. And at even he went out to lie on his bed with the servants of his Lord, but went not down to his house.
Look, they thought he was going to get him drunk. You know, get a brother drunk, right? You know, you turn around and get them feelings, he won't do something. You know what I'm saying? Turn around and get a little liquor in him, Bob. You're man. So he turned around and he still didn't go home. He still didn't go. All right? Go ahead, keep reading.
And it came to pass in the morning that David wrote to a letter.
Shalom, see. All right, Sean. Go ahead, boy.
That David wrote a letter to Joab and sent it by the hand of Uriah. And he wrote in the letter saying, get ye Uriah in the forefront of the hottest battle, and retire ye from him that he may be smitten and die.
Man, right here. See, this should be a major, major lesson for brothers that cannot control that damn rod of theirs. You understand? This gentleman Hyman, oh my God, I remember he said this one time in class. Gentleman Hyman said, he said, I would be able to be in the gym more if it wasn't for your penis. You understand? He said, do you know how many calls I get about you and that damn rod of yours? You understand? Man, in general, he wasn't talking about me, you understand? But he was just saying in general, okay? If it ain't your real, you understand, you got another wife, and oh, you know what I'm saying? That boy, that goddamn rod of yours is costing me gym time. Okay? And this right here, man, see, when you do something like, when you sin, period. You understand? When you lie, what they say? If you a lie, you a cheat. You a lie, you a steal. You a lie. You know what I'm saying? You'll do anything. And then you turn around and you the king. You the king.
Right.
And here you done did this thing, man. You understand? What type of example did you set for our people? Now, King David can't even take away from what he did. The Bible says he was a man after God's very own heart.
Right.
You understand? The man was great. But this thing right here was extremely evil. You understand? And King David definitely had a demon on him. That sister wasn't that bad. You understand? She belonged to another man. And she wrong as hell as well. You know what I mean? Because like I said, more than... Now at first, King David, he didn't know who she was. He just seen, man, that old badass sister now, man, go get that. You understand? I want that. And then when he found out who she belonged to, that should have been the end of the story. That should have been the end of the story. He said, oh, nope, you know what? Okay, Salaki says, take her back home. You understand? That's what that should have been. But it wasn't. And then he turned around to hide that thing. He turned around and told Joab to put him out there in the hottest, put him out there in the roughest part of the battle where you know that, you understand, the mighty men from the other nations is going to be at, where it's going to be tough. You understand? Put him right there. Put him right there and turn around and let him be smitten and die. Well, and this brother was a brother that you don't want to lose no brother like him.
Right.
You understand? I would not want to lose a brother like him that's down for the damn truth. You understand? That's down for this brotherhood. Down for his people. Like, man, I ain't finna go home turn no beat up. Not now. Now y'all sleeping in the tent. I ain't finna go to my crib. Lay up and watch my 65-inch TV. You understand? Chill on my couch. Have my wife cooking me good chicken wings while my brothers are sleeping in tents. I ain't finna do that. You understand? And he turned around. He couldn't get him to go home. He could go ahead.
That's a lot good. You know what you saying, like that's even deeper because like David had to kill a man who could have trained more men to be like him.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you, not only did you kill that man, you robbed other men of becoming like that man. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
you stolen something from the nation by doing that. Like that's
yeah. Absolutely.
It's like you're saying, having a ripple effect.
Yeah, absolutely. That's correct. Yeah. Go ahead, Bob. Keep reading.
And it came to pass, when Joab observed the city, that he assigned Uriah unto a place where he knew that valiant men were.
Valiant, that's talking about mighty, you understand? Strong men, skilled men, you understand, at war and at battle. Okay? That's what valiant is. So he turned around and observed, like I said, where he watching to see where these valiant men are in the battle. And he said, oh, okay, you're right. You know what? You're going to go right there. You understand? Where those men is at. Keep going.
And the men of the city went out and fought with Joab. And there fell some of the people of the servants of David.
Mm-hmm. So some of the people of David ended up falling right there at that battle. Keep going.
And Uriah the Hittite died also.
And Uriah died also. That was the whole point of him putting him out there. So that he could die. You understand? So that then he could take his woman. Because then it's like, now he dead. You understand? Now I can just go on and be with the woman. Now I ain't got to hide. I ain't got to keep it no secret. Okay? So everybody believed that what he did was right. But actually what he did was wrong. Keep going.
Then Joab sent and told David all the things concerning the war.
Mm-hmm.
And charged the messenger, saying, when thou hast made an end of telling the matters of the war unto the king, and if so be that the king's wrath arise, and he say unto thee, wherefore approach ye so nigh unto the city, when ye did fight? Knew ye not that they would shoot from the wall?
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
Who smote Abimelech, the son of Jerubasheth? Did not a woman cast a piece of a millstone upon him from the wall, that he died in Thebez? Why went ye nigh the wall?
Mm-hmm.
Then say thou, thy servant Uriah the Hittite is dead also.
Okay, so he's saying, because he know King David going to say, man, why was y'all so close? Or, you know, because men died now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he has to get his report. So he going to turn around and he's telling him, say, look, once the king questioned you and asked you, why did y'all, you know he was going to shoot from the wall, right? You know that's where he was coming from, right? Why was you so close, right? So he breaking it down, then he say, so once he started going in on you, you understand, just say, oh, Uriah dead. And that's gonna kill the whole thing. That's gonna smooth it all over. The king ain't gonna go in on you no more. Once he heard you say Uriah is dead. Keep going.
So the messenger went and came and shewed David all that Joab had sent him for.
Mm-hmm.
And the messenger said unto David, surely the men prevailed against us, and came out unto us into the field. And we were upon them even unto the entering of the gate. And the shooter shot from off the wall upon thy servants. And some of the king's servants be dead. And thy servant Uriah the Hittite is dead also.
Okay, keep going.
Then David said unto the messenger, thus shalt thou say unto Joab, let not this thing displease thee, for the sword devoureth one as well as another. Make thy battle more strong against the city, and overthrow it, and encourage thou him. And when the wife of Uriah heard that Uriah, her husband, was dead, she mourned for her husband.
Okay, so she turned around and whored all on her damn man. Now you turn around and mourning for your husband. You understand? When you actually was King David's wife then. You understand? Sex is marriage. I mean, even though you committed adultery. You understand? You belong to that man. Now go ahead.
That's like, you got him killed. You
Absolutely.
He was killed in the first place.
Absolutely. That gives a whole.
And you gonna cry.
Look, that gives a whole new meaning to the song Masterpiece when he said, "You got that killer pussy killer." You know what I'm saying? You got that killer market. You understand?
Right.
So brothers, they turn around and killed you for that. And just think about it, man. Look, how many men do you know that have died at the hands of some slut? You understand? I remember one time, man, my cousins and my partners, man, we were in the hood. This was way back in the day. And they ended up some kind of way sleeping with the same sister, cousin of mine and partner of mine. And then somebody said something about the other. I can't remember the whole thing. But then sort of got back to my cousin, you know what I'm saying, hit my partner with old one-hitter quitter. Then, you know, because everybody got their own little clique they was hanging with, even though we all would hang together. But it was this my partner and his crew, right, which was some of my cousins too. Then it's my cousin, and you know what I'm saying? So I got families on both sides. And we all supposed to be family, we all hanging out. But then turn around, and then next thing you know, guns everywhere. They finna start shooting both sides. We all out here. You understand? Everybody outside, kids, us, everybody. These niggas do. I'm talking about to start killing each, about to start firing on each other. So you know, a lot of people would have ended up dying over a hood rat, man, over a thought. You understand? Over a woman that's sleeping with two men, probably more than them two.
Oh.
You understand? I'm pretty sure she was sleeping with more than those two men as well. But they turned around and got into it, got to fighting, and then before you know it, everybody pulled out guns and it almost went down. And you know some innocent people would have got hit as well.
Right.
Some little kids would have got hit as well. All right? It's ridiculous, man. Go ahead, keep reading now.
And the Lord sent Nathan unto ST.LOUIS. And when the morning was past, David sent and fetched her to his house. Mm-hmm. And she became his wife, and bare him a son.
All right.
But the thing that David had done displeased the Lord.
Oh my God, that thing displeased the Lord. All right? And let me tell you something. Sleeping with another man's woman displeases the Lord, the general, me, and everybody else in the school. You understand? It displeases the Lord. It's plenty, what did it say? It's plenty of fish in the sea. Right? It's plenty of women out here. You don't have to sleep with another man's woman for no reason.
Right.
I don't care how bad she. You know how many bad sisters we got? But you know how many sisters is out here that's bad? Like, I mean, damn, you ain't got. It's a lot of them to choose from. It really is. It's a whole hell of a lot of bad sisters out here. You don't have to just see one taking a bubble bath and then turn around and want to, you know, knowing that she belongs to another man and take her and make her your woman.
Right.
When you can find another sister taking a bubble bath that ain't got no man, that she bad too. You understand? But King David had that demon on, and he ended up, you know what I'm saying, sleeping with that woman anyway. All right? Keep going, bro.
And the Lord sent Nathan unto David, and he came unto him, and said unto him.
Okay, now watch David and Nathan's interaction here, and pay attention. All right? Read.
There were two men in one city, and the one rich and the other poor.
Mm-hmm.
The rich man had exceeding many flocks and herds, but the poor man had nothing, save one little ewe lamb.
Saving one what?
One little ewe lamb,
Okay, keep going.
which he had bought and nourished up, and it grew up together with him and with his children. It did eat of his own meat, and drank of his own cup, and lay in his bosom, and was unto him as a daughter.
Okay, now, ewe lamb is a female sheep, right? And here you go with this, you know what I'm saying, with this metaphor. And he's breaking it down. He said there was one rich, okay, it was two men in one city, right? There was one rich and one poor. The rich man had exceeding many flocks, right? So who is the rich man in this situation?
Slot.
Go ahead.
King David.
King David. King David is the rich man, right? Because he was king over all of Israel. What didn't he have? You understand?
Right.
What didn't he have? Right? And who was a poor man, of course? It was Uriah. All right? And it said, to start off with the poor man. The poor man had nothing. Save meaning like only one little ewe lamb, right? Just had this one little ewe lamb, female sheep. So what does the female sheep represent?
Uriah's wife.
Uriah's wife. You understand? This is talking about his wife. And it said, which he had bought and nourished up, and it grew up together with him and with his children. It did eat of his own meat and drank of his own cup and lay in his bosom and was unto him as a daughter, right? So he raised his sister up, right? Basically what this is saying, okay? She turned around and was only dealing with him. This is all he had was her. You understand? So this is the metaphor that he's breaking down, all right? And then read verse 4.
Come. And there came a traveler unto the rich man, and he spared to take of his own flock and of his own herd, to dress for the wayfaring man that was come unto him.
Mm-hmm.
But took the poor man's lamb and dressed it for the man that was come to him.
Okay, so he said, now here you go, you got flock, you got stuff, everything. And you go and take this poor man's lamb. You understand? Instead of using your own flock, getting your own for this traveler. Understand that the brother is traveling and he hungry, and nothing wrong with feeding him. But feed him from your own flock. Right? Not meaning give him none of your women. You understand? But it's a metaphor. Pay attention. You understand? This is a metaphor. He's saying that he took the poor man's lamb instead of using his when he has plenty. Yeah, go ahead.
In this metaphor, would the traveler be like David's desires? Like he fed his desires with another man's.
Yeah, absolutely. Damn right. Exactly. Go ahead, keep reading.
And David's anger was greatly kindled against the man.
So he like, hold up. What? Who did what? What that nigga at? You understand? He mad at this rich man now. Okay, keep going.
And he said to Nathan, as the Lord liveth, the man that have done this thing shall surely die.
He said what?
As the Lord liveth, the man that have done this thing shall surely die.
King David said, you know what? This dude here, he's a dead Nathan when I see him. You understand? Who did it? Keep going.
And he shall restore the lamb fourfold, because he did this thing, and because he had no pity.
He had no what?
Pity.
He had no pity. Who else didn't have no pity? King David. You understand? He had no pity for that one little ewe lamb that belonged to that poor man. You understand? Keep going.
Come. And Nathan said to David, thou art the man.
He said what?
Thou art the man.
He said, hey, you that man. You that rich man that you mad at. You understand? That you ready to make him pay fourfold for that one lamb he took. That you ready to turn around and kill him, put him to death. You ready to do something to that man. You're the man. Okay? You're the one that did this thing. Keep reading.
Thus saith the Lord God of Israel, I anointed thee king over Israel.
Okay, so now the Lord is talking to King David. I done anointed you king over all of Israel. Keep going.
And I delivered thee out of the hand of Saul.
Man, some of them Psalms of King David was about Saul chasing him. You understand? And was trying to kill him. And the Lord delivered him out of the hands of King Saul. All right? And all of his enemies. All right? Keep going.
And I gave thee thy master's house.
He gave him his master's house. Keep going.
And thy master's wives. into thy
He
bosom,
gave him his master's wives. Keep going.
and gave thee the house of Israel
Mm-hmm.
and of Judah.
You got the house of Israel and of Judah. He brought back all the 12 tribes. He successfully brought us all back together. Killed almost everybody. You know what I'm saying? King David killed damn near everybody to do so. Okay, but it got done. Keep going.
And if that had been too little, I would moreover have given unto thee such and such things.
Man, you hear the Lord, man. The Most High said, if that was not enough for you, right, for me to give you your master's house, his wives, you understand, king over Israel and Judah, if that wasn't enough, I would have gave you more and more. It's like, what is that? Such and such thing. I would have gave you more and more. You would have been straight. You understand? He already was straight.
Right.
He already was straight. He didn't really want for anything. You the man.
Right.
And he turned around and did this thing. Okay, keep going.
Wherefore hast thou despised the commandment of the Lord,
Mm-hmm.
to do evil in his sight?
Like this is saying, like, what made you do this thing? What made you want to do this? You understand? Knowing that I turned around and I'm looking after you, I took care of you, I done hooked you up, right? I done hooked you up, and what made you do this? All right, keep going.
Thou hast killed Uriah the Hittite with the sword,
Mm-hmm.
and hast taken his wife to be thy wife,
Mm-hmm.
and hast slain him with the sword of the children of Ammon.
Mm-hmm. So he turned around and died at the sword of them heathens. King David was the cause of that. You understand? He was the direct result of that brother Uriah dying out there in that battle. Because guess what? Had King David not have done that, that thing would have went however it was going to go. You understand? Might even have goddamn won the battle. Might not have lost nobody. You understand? You never know. Okay? But since he did this, yeah, we lost him, but we lost Uriah, the brother that he was intending on. You understand? The brother that was an extreme brother to the brothers. We lost him, and we lost some more brothers. All right? Keep going, Juan.
Now, therefore, the sword shall never depart from thine house.
Good night. The sword shall never depart from thine house. Keep going.
Because thou hast despised me, and hast taken the wife of Uriah the Hittite to be thy wife.
Okay, now, know that he was not a heathen, all right? Keep saying Uriah the Hittite. He was not a heathen. He was a brother, all right? He was definitely an Israelite. And in some cases, you will see where it'll have, like, who is that? Is Esther the one that get? Ruth, yeah, Ruth, okay? With all of the different things. That's because they don't do, these fake Israelites and these preachers don't know the Bible, all right? They don't know the scriptures. So if you want to know, you make sure you come here. But he definitely was not, yes, him.
Like Paul and Timothy too.
Damn near everybody. Yes, damn near everybody in the Bible. Okay, yep, absolutely, exactly, absolutely. So, you know, like I said, they just don't know that, you know, everybody prominent in this Bible is an Israelite.
That's
Black,
right.
Hispanic, and Native Indian. They don't know that. They look and see Hittites. Oh, this is another nation of people. You understand? When we did business with them, but I can't trust the heathen to come fight no war for me. You understand? Who would even trust that? You know what I mean? Go ahead.
So I can live close enough to my house that I can see you.
Man, you feel me?
The king.
In the kingdom. In the kingdom. You understand? Absolutely not. Okay? But let's go ahead so we can wrap it up. We're right at the time.
Kanawakan. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up evil against thee out of thine own house, and I will take thy wives before thine eyes, and give them unto thy neighbor, and he shall lie with thy wives in the sight of this son. For thou didst it secretly, but I will do this thing before all Israel and before the sun.
Good night. Now, this is why we don't want to play with the Most High. All right? This is another example of, guess what? You better keep the laws. Okay? And do like General Muhammad said, keep your penis in your pants. Because you gonna turn around and cost him some more gym time. All right? And you don't want to do that. All right? No, but seriously, man, we gotta keep the law. It's like I said, it's no excuse why you can't. You know, if you desire a woman, you know, guess what? It's plenty of single sisters out here that don't have no man that will be with you, that will do whatever you want. You understand? That will do all of that, man. You don't have to take another brother's wife. This brother right here, this was an extreme act of brotherhood that ended in tragedy for Uriah. You understand? To where this brother was such a brother, and it's like he cut the king and said, ain't no way in hell I can go home and eat and drink and chill and lay with my woman. Go get me some of that good meat. And while y'all out here, I can't do it. So the brother slept outside. You know what I'm saying? The brother slept outside. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going home. You know what I mean? That's a brother, man. You understand? So like I said, and then on the flip side, you got to look at what King David did and do what Romans 15:4 said. Things written aforetime was written for our learning. Learn from that. And never make that mistake like brothers do in the world so many times, to where you so, what they like to say, thirsty? You so thirsty for a damn woman to where you're willing to take another brother's woman. And then something like this ends up happening. Because that's what it make you want to do. It make you want to, like, it make the brother that find out, you know what I'm saying, he want to kill you. You know, he want to kill her and you. You understand? If he catch you cheating. You know, you got to hide what you doing some type of way. You know, you sleeping with your partner's girl. I seen the sister made a post. She had said the sweetest, it was so sick to even see that thing. She said, the sweetest revenge is sleeping with one of his friends. I said, God damn. Now, how disgusting could you be? Why are you trying to get revenge on your man? And what for? I'm pretty sure it was just because he had another woman.
Right.
I'm pretty sure that was the case. The man about had another woman, and that's what she posted and said. The sweetest revenge, that's what she was like Bathsheba, somebody that I wouldn't want to be with. Okay? Because if you turn around and you would cheat on him, what you think she's going to end up doing to you? You understand?
Right.
What do you think she's going to end? She's going to be a problem. She's going to be a headache. You understand? That's a woman that knows. I would definitely not want that one. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to go ahead and we at the time. Do we have any questions or anything on the book?
La, sir.
Any no questions? Do we have any questions in the class before we close? We're going to go ahead and end the class. Shalom, Israel.